Hey guys, in today's episode we take a look at possible Season 5 balance changes, CRL World Finals is quickly approaching, and the meta is continuing to be one of the weirdest ones so far. All that and more in today's episode of Clash World. Hey guys, Legendaray here, and welcome back to another episode of Clash Worlds. In this weekly show, we take a look at the most recent announcements from the Clash Royale team, the hottest topics in CR eSports, as well as what's going on in the community. Then, we'll finish off the episode by breaking down the meta and featuring my off-meta Tech of the Week. If you're enjoying Clash Worlds, then please leave a like, subscribe, and hit that bell to get notified of every new video that comes out. Also, go check me out on Instagram and Twitter, links down below, and with that out of the way, let's get right into the first section. New in the Arena. New in the Arena is where we find out about what the Supercell team has been up to this past week. This week, we've still got nothing much update-wise from the Clash Royale team. After searching pretty much every social media, there honestly isn't much information about what's coming in the next season of Clash Royale, or even the next update either. Clash Royale has just started working on their next big update, and I think it should be dropping around the middle or the end of December. Again, no clue what it could be, but according to Seth, it's probably not going to be Clan Wars. Clan Wars is their top priority right now, and they are working to fix it, but they're looking for a much more long-term, major overhaul to the entire system, which does unfortunately take time. So anyways, what do we know that's coming in Season 5? Well, this week we've got a discussion on the Reddit by Seth and Drew about why they didn't emergency nerf the Witch, the Elixir Golem, or the Wall Breakers. It's a pretty long post, so I'll try and sum it up as quickly as possible, but I'll link it down in the description for those of you who want to read into it a little more. Essentially, there's just a few reasons as to why. The first is communication. Emergency balance changes aren't going to be announced as heavily, and due to the fact that a majority of players only watch official YouTube videos or in-game messages, and they aren't as active on Twitter or Reddit, so a majority of the player base actually don't get informed about emergency balance changes. Emergency balances also invalidate, any videos that are made on this topic. So, all the TV Royale episodes and YouTube videos will just then be completely nullified. The dev team wants to save emergency nerfs if only one or two cards are super dominant, and this meta still does have quite a few viable decks without the Elixir Golem, or the Witch, or the Fisherman, or the Wall Breakers. Essentially, emergency nerfing cards is not a habit that the dev team wants to get into, and I do respect that, honestly. The meta may be annoying, but on the bright side, again, there's only one more week until the new season, so I don't know, honestly. I can see the reasoning behind both arguments personally. So, what does this mean for the November balance update for Season 5 of Clash Royale? Well, for one, Witch, Wall Breakers, Fisherman, and Elixir Golem will be getting guaranteed nerfs of varying impact in November. It's clear that all these cards are warping the meta around them, and no one card could be nerfed to get everything back to normal. Absolutely agree. Also, there will not be a card rework in November. We need to pause and get the meta back to stable and balanced before tossing more reworks into the mix. We have a few exciting ones planned and playtested, and will most likely be bringing a new one in December if things are settled. Also, amazing. I think these decisions are a great move on Supercell's part, and well, this month we finally won't be getting any crazy changes out of the ordinary. But, well, now let's go ahead and take a look at a rework that they have been testing. Again, this is not coming in the November balance update and could be scrapped altogether, but I think it's a very interesting idea to look at. So, what card is it this time, you ask? Well, it's actually the arrows, which is honestly quite unexpected, but it does make sense, right? Arrows for a long time has just been a card that is not as effective as the other small spells in the game. The other small spells are just a lot cheaper, which makes them a lot more versatile than the arrows are. Plus, pretty much all the small spells have some sort of effect on the troop. The snowball does the slow and the knockback, the zap does the reset, and stuff like that. And the arrows, it's just a plain old spell. So, the arrows rework that they are testing is to make the arrows a 3-wave spell, with about 3/4 of a second between each wave, each hitting with a small amount of damage. This could counter things such as, Wall Breakers, or even Guards, or Lava Hound, and the Lava Pups, and so much more. Personally, I do like this rework idea. I think this is a rework that could definitely cause arrows to make a comeback for sure. Let me know your thoughts on this potential rework down below. And now that's going to do it for New in the Arena. It's time to check up on the eSports update. The eSports Update is a segment where we take a look at the new and rising pro players as well as recent eSports competitions. This week, CRL seasons have mostly wrapped up in most of the regions. In the CRL West region, SK Gaming and Team Liquid got first and second place respectively and are going to go to the World Finals in Los Angeles, California. As for CRL China and the CRL Asia sections, I'm honestly not sure. It's kind of hard to find information on those, but I mean, just look at the 6 CRL China trophy. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at the CRL West trophy. I mean, all I'm gonna say is, what? Anyways, now that we're caught up on the most recent esports news, let's check out the rising rumors. This week, of course, you know it, I know it, people are complaining about the meta, and it's pretty justified to be completely honest. I mean, the meta has been quite whack, and, well, I also can't wait for the next set of balance changes. So, let's take a look at some memes on the Reddit. Alright, first one here by Some Call Me Joey Witch rework. Definition: make incredibly overpowered, increase damage by 220%, and make changes elsewhere minimally. Yes, yes, my favorite type of rework. How about we rework the wizard next? Alright, we got this one by Boss. This one, I'm sure you guys have all seen. I love this one. I'll just go ahead and play a little bit for you guys.
Te llamo para que vaya a recoger la paellera. Y me acuesto y me llama el cocinero. Risita, ¿qué? Ve por la paellera. Venga, que las 2 de la tarde ya están aquí. Miren, bañador. En las chanclas. Todo despeinado porque no me dio tiempo nada ponerme las chanclas y el bañador. Voy a la playa, había subido la marea.
Oh man, that definitely hit the spot right there. Oh my god. Anyways, that's basically what the community's been doing this past week, you know, making memes and stuff. So, let's just go ahead and break down the meta. So this week's meta is pretty much as expected, right? I'm sure most of you guys are able to guess what the meta decks are, so let's go ahead and break it down real quick. Elixir Golem. So, yeah, basically, Elixir Golem is one of the most popular win conditions in the game right now. There are essentially 2 main kind of archetype decks that are centered around the Elixir Golem with a ton of different variants each. So, there's of course the Elixir Golem Mega Knight deck, and there's also the Elixir Golem Sparky deck, which is significantly more popular. Again, can't wait for a nerf in Season 5, those Elixir Blobs honestly just do way too much damage for what they cost. Wall Breakers. Wall Breakers are also seen in 2 main different archetypes. One is with the Mega Knight, and the other one's with simply just Minor Control. Both variants have the Minor in it, and the quick pressure of the Wall Breakers are honestly just a bit too much in my opinion. Witches. Now the witches, I mean, they aren't exactly an archetype, but both of the witches are honestly tier A cards in the meta right now. They're both seen in, well, pretty much every single archetype. I mean, not much else to say here except nerf the witch. Now some other cards that work pretty well in this meta include, you know, Valkyrie, Magic Archer, Baby Dragon, Poison, Fisherman, and Executioner. You'll note that a majority of these cards excel at crowd control, and in the meta of witches, night witches, and elixir golems, you're gonna need a lot of those crowd controlling cards in order to survive this last week of the season. Anyways, that's the meta for you guys. Now let's check out the off-meta deck of the week. That's right, in each Clash World episode, we're going to be featuring one off-meta deck that works in the current meta. This week's deck was submitted by Thomas, and, you know, it's a motorcycle deck, so it's right up my alley. This deck, you want to try and keep up some fast pressure in single elixir time, and constantly keep your opponents on their toes. This way, they can't build up a massive push and end up overwhelming you. And even if they do, you have things like Poison and the Mini P.E.K.K.A. that can very easily take apart any kind of push. It's a very fun deck to play, so without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into a match. Alright, so looks like this match here is going to be against Fenerbahce S53. Okay, butchered that name, as usual. And starting off here, he's going to go with the Royal Ghost in the back. So I'll just go ahead and go in with a Mini P.E.K.K.A. Same lane. You know, the Royal Ghost will just kind of try and attack that stuff and then get completely destroyed. So he's got a Valkyrie as well. That's 2 of his tanks out of the way. So I'll just go ahead and use a Mortar opposite lane, see what he's got, and see if I can catch that in time. No, I don't. Okay, that was kind of a bad play on my part. But yeah, here I'll go ahead and split my archers, and I'll go with split bats as well. And here's going to go in with a wizard up high, of course, mini P.E.K.K.A. I think it one-shots the wizard. Yep, it does. And of course, he'll have to respond to that wizard as well. So let's go with the miner right there. That should tank for the archer and also get some chip damage onto the tower. And yeah, as you can see, he had to use that Royal Ghost right there. And yeah, we're going to take that tower all the way down to 1510. So of course, he's got that Royal Ghost, but of course, we can just use skeletons to surround the Royal Ghost, finish that off while taking as little damage as we possibly can. So there we go. You know, first kind of defense went pretty well. You can see that I split my damage rather evenly between the two towers as well. And here's gonna go with a Valkyrie right there. Let's just go with archers, and ooh, he's running a balloon. Okay. That kind of sucks. We don't have too great of a balloon counter, but looks like he kind of just sold out on that push. He has no elixir to actually defend, and then we can just go ahead and send in a miner. He will catch it, but the bats do get some good damage on the tower, taking it down to 1242. So now that we know he's running the balloon, we do have to save our archers. I probably could have guessed that, but well, it is what it is. So yeah, let's see here. Heading towards double elixir time. One important thing that you should also note is that you can also use your poison on defense as well. That's kind of underrated. The poison's kind of like a fireball, except it doesn't push the balloon back. So poisoning the balloon actually does better than you would think. So here we're gonna go ahead and go in archers right there. We'll follow it up with a poison onto this stuff. Let's use a miner to actually take that out as well. Yeah, there we go. We've cycled back to our archers as well. So if he goes in with a balloon, we can just mortar, and then we can use archers right there. So there we go. He's gonna go ahead and use his balloon. So we'll go with archers right there. Let's go and use some bats as well. And that should, ooh, that fireball's gonna get a ton of value. The balloon's gonna, oh my god, that was so close. Okay, we're gonna have to be very careful. Let's go with the earthquake as well. Okay, no, we don't catch a goblin gang. That's unfortunate. But we can go ahead and go in with a mini P.E.K.K.A. right there, followed up with a defensive mortar right here. Not too worried about him switching lanes. So let's go ahead and go with archers right there, and then let's follow up with high bats to finish that off. You can see the mortar has a ton of HP right there. Boom, it's gonna survive all this stuff. And then we just go and miner earthquake right there. That should kill the goblins if they go back. No, they don't. But as you can see, even just miner earthquake, that's gonna take the tower down to 236. One more hit, that's poison range, and that's going to be GG. So as you can see, unfortunately, we don't have the most amount of air defense, but we were still able to defend rather effectively. So there we go, guys. That was the off-meta deck of the week. If you're, looking for something more quick cycle, then this is the deck for you. If you want to submit your own deck to be featured, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. But unfortunately, guys, that's all I've got time for in today's episode. If you enjoyed, please leave a like down below, as well as a subscription to my channel. And as always, this is Legendaray, and I'm signing off. See you guys next time.